All right, immediate post-game thoughts. 2 weeks in a row, we have walked in against a team that needed it, that truly needed it. Buffalo needed it bad last week, and they came out like they needed it bad, and they bitch slapped us. And I think part of the problem for us last week was after the games we had played and the hype that was behind us, where people were saying that we're one of the best teams of football, having tied the San Francisco 49ers with the longest streak. See you later, my man.
All right, see you later. Likewise, my friend.
All right, peace out. We kind of came in there thinking we were that we were all that in a ham sandwich, and it was going to be a cakewalk. And Buffalo came in there and punched us in the face. This week, we faced the same thing with the Miami Dolphins team, and we were down Tyron Smith. I know everybody wants to blame the quarterback and say Dak sucks, he couldn't do it, Dak's a choker. Fine, whatever. You're not going to change you people's minds with that. But the reality is you win and lose as a team. Unfortunately, Hunter Lipke had some great fourth down carries early on in the game, and we had that fumble. That fumble, you get that touchdown, it's a different game all the way around. And we got a chance then, we're up with the lead, we're making them play from behind. But that, we're constantly chasing that. The penalty with Micah Parsons, where it was unnecessary roughness, I think that's kind of bullcrap. But in any game, you can always find 2 or 3 plays that are all the difference in the world. I'm going to say we need Tyron Smith. I know everybody's always saying, get rid of Tyron Smith, we should let him go. But you see the difference of Tyron Smith even when he is not great shape health-wise. He's far and away better than Igota. Igota just didn't know what he was supposed to do. He literally, with 3 men rushing, we got 3 guys on 2 guys and leaves nobody else on the outside where Dak gets sacked. And he was constantly beat all day long. That killed us. We were never really able to get the running game going like we needed to, but I will say going into Miami with another team that was desperate, Miami knowing that they've got Buffalo and Baltimore next, that if they lose to us, that really puts them behind the 8 ball, and we still have their problems with on the road. With that being said, we're still a playoff team. Juan Salinas and Travis Punch. The problem, Mark, is when you lose, yours, team's losing, and when you're winning, it's because Dak is an MVP. Can't have it both ways. I'm not, okay, now here's what I'll say. If Dak was throwing a couple of interceptions and picks and all that stuff, or just missing guys that were flat out open, I would say, yeah, that's Dak's fault. And I have been one that said over and over again, MVP is not just it's a single person's award, but without the team, you're not getting it. Now, if Igota ends up blocking his guy and giving the quarterback enough time to go ahead and make it, then we're not getting sacked. We're scoring points. If you end up not having Micah Parsons giving them a 15-yard penalty and a first down, you're stopping them. I don't know how you blame the quarterback for those situations. And I've never been one to say if Dak Prescott gets MVP, that it's not because of what the team does. So, I get it. You're all flustered and everybody all wants to point and say, just get rid of the quarterback. But I don't know what quarterback, if he's not getting blocking, is going to win that game. I just don't know where you're going to get it from. So, I know you're mad. I know you just want to point at one thing, but there's not one thing you can point at and say, that's the reason. It's not one thing. It's the whole thing. We got beat. Bottom line, Miami played better. We don't have the fumble on the 1-yard line. It's a different game. We don't have the bad blocking where the quarterback is under distress all day. It's a different game. If we end up having a couple of stops and the penalties at the wrong time, it's a different game. Any number of one of those things. It's kind of like in Boy Scouts. We learned about a fire. To have a fire, you have to have 3 things. You got to have heat, you got to have a fuel source, and you got to have oxygen. If you take any one of those things, you cannot have a fire. Period. Unfortunately, we had all those things today, and just wasn't enough. I at least feel better that we competed, that at least went down to the wire. I'd rather have had a victory, but I'll take what happened here today because you can build off of that versus being gutted 260 yards on the ground like we did last week. So, here's Philly 500, who is jinxing himself. I'm seeing Cowboys choke again, lose to Dolphins. Merry Christmas, Philly. So he did that last week, and they choked against the Seattle Seahawks. But in the end, here's the thing. Eagles lose one game, and they are in full meltdown mode, one game, then we can still win the division with 2 wins. Detroit didn't exactly look great today, and we got the Commanders who, well, they're the Commanders. So that's what I got for you guys. Yeah, that's what I got for you guys. So I don't know whatever else to say on this one. Back to the drawing board. Go back home, get your shit together, and get ready to fight another day.
Yeah.
But if y'all win, Dak is the MVP, right, clowns? Okay, whatever. Dak missed some open guys, but he never had time to throw because they were always blitzing on every play. That's why the run game is important. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Miami is the number 1 offense in the league, and I'll take that today. So, yeah, you held them 22 points. So it wasn't like you got 70 burger put on you like Denver did. Refs suck. Eagle fans, did y'all win last year's Super Bowl? Just asking for a friend. I feel the same way. We choked. Well, you can't win them all. That's what I'll say. Take this loss and learn from it. Not saying Eagles didn't have many issues to fix, but didn't say Dak is MVP when he hasn't done anything to accomplish MVP. Right now, I'll take Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts. We can still win the division, just win out and let the Eagles lose one game. Ring of Honor ceremonies might be the difference.
Tomorrow we've got American football, the Giants, and the Eagles. It's a Christmas Day special here on Fox. Our coverage begins at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Any new subscribers today, Mark?
Say what?
Did you get any new subscribers today?
I don't know. I haven't checked my numbers.
We all know how much talent. They have struggled some games here.
Lions and Cowboys should be an interesting one. That one definitely should be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Dak MVP, ref sucks. Cowboys' last possession took way too long. Now, actually, you wanted to try and take off as much time on the clock as you could on that drive.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Against Philadelphia, so it doesn't bode well for them. But one thing they had done well with Tommy DeVito, they protected the ball really well, but they hadn't protected him so well. They sacked 27 times, so in order for the Giants to have
So they play tomorrow. What time is that game tomorrow?
Protect the ball, and then they're going to have to find a way to make sure that that Kitty's offense doesn't get detracted.
All right, so that's what I have to say about that.